We have so many things that, basically control the narrative of black people, and it is the topic of discussion amongst black people and on social media. These are the things that you always hear about: how much money a person makes. Black people need to do this. This is why this happens to black people. This is why other people look at black people this way. Black people are criminals. We're this, we're that, right? You never hear a discussion about the protection of black children. You never hear it. It is never on the mouth of anybody that is talking about black issues. I'm not saying anybody, everybody. I'm just saying most of the time, 90% of the time, you always hear stuff about everybody else, basically, or mainly black adults. Nobody never talks about the children, about protecting them, about looking out for them, about raising them the right way, instilling in them morals, values, so that these things will carry on with them in the rest of their life. Nobody talks about that. It is not even an issue. We make it seem as though the issue with black people is them now. When you see black men that hurt black women, when you see black men that are having gunfights in every urban city, when you see our sisters twerking half naked on social media, we act as though these people are the issue as an adult. They not the issue as an adult. This started when they was a child. This started when they were little kids. This started when they were being housed and sheltered by their parents or their guardians or whoever. This is the thing. Nobody wants to actually look at the root of the issue. Everybody looks at black people when they're adults and say, dang, this generation is messed up. This generation right here, ooh, my generation wasn't like y'all. This generation right here is trash. I can agree, it's trash, but how did it get trash? We got to look at the root cause of everything that happens in the black home. And the root cause first is white supremacy and, slavery and those things. But there's also things that we do right in our house that we can change. There's things that black people can change. There's generational curses. There's things that you've learned from your grandparents and they learn from their grandparents that need to die. There's ways that we have about ourselves that need to die. There's things that we do when, there's abuse within the family and nobody wants to talk about it. That needs to die. All of these things need to die and they have to be looked at. So we can't sit here and act like right now, the young adults, I mean, people that may be early 20s, 30s, how they're off on social media in their behavior, in their respect, in their disrespect. We got to also ask, how did they get raised? Who raised you? Who birthed you and didn't raise you? That's the better question. So when we talk about protect black people and adults, what about the children? Because the children are sitting there, they got phones and tablets, they're seeing all of these sexual images. The government is pushing LGBTQ into the school system. So the only thing you got to fight and teach your children is you as a parent. That's the only thing you got to combat against this world that is going to crush your child, that is going to fill your child head with all kind of things. You just want to be able to prepare them. Well, my advice is that you want to prepare them for this evil world. You want to prepare them for the things that are for the people that's going to take advantage of them. You want to prepare them for the situations they're going to find themselves in. When I was growing up, they used to talk about peer pressure. Peer pressure. Being pressured by your peers. Being pressured to do something, whether it to be to smoke some weed or hit a cigarette or just do something stupid that could get you killed. Don't fall into peer pressure. Now you don't even hear that term no more because social media is the peer pressure. But social media, they're not going to speak against social media because people are making billions of dollars off of views and off of people monetizing and all the advertisements. These big companies, they make billions of dollars. So there's never going to be a campaign again talking about peer pressure because social media is peer pressure. It's social pressure. The things that these kids see today, they want to emulate. They want to imitate. They have these TikTok challenges that people want to imitate. Grown people, still like children, want to imitate. So this is something that needs to come back. Don't feel like you got to do what everybody else is doing. Don't feel like you have to fall into that, that gap. You don't have to do what everybody is doing. That's what we got to teach our children. A lot of people are just followers, but you're going to be a leader. But getting back to the point is, we don't protect black children. And when I say protect, I'm not talking about something happening to them. You come and you save them. I'm talking about protect their minds, protect their spirits, protect them by equipping them with the tools necessary to deal with these things that's going to come at them from this wicked world. This is something that nobody is talking about. The children, because that's where it starts. You want to talk about how bad black women are, how bad black men are. Look at the crime rate. Look at how women use men. Look how they all about money. You want to talk about the issues of these in adults, then you have to look at how they were raised, and you got to look at the generation what they come from, and that is where it starts. The foundation is a child. So in order to make better adults, you got to raise children better. That's just a simple formula. Like, it's not rocket science. This is what we need to do in our community. We need to accept, or we need to take accountability for the fact that maybe our parents and our grandparents failed us. Yeah. You have to, take away that, godly, infallible image of your mom, your grandma, or whoever that gave you advice, and say, maybe they gave you the wrong advice. Maybe they allowed you to do things you shouldn't allow a child to do. And maybe that's why you go through so many hardships as an adult today. You got to be real with yourself. But moving forward, we could actually make a change by protecting our children, by equipping them with the necessary tools. So I don't know. I mean, it's not hard for me to understand. Let me know what you think about it. Should we be protecting adults? Should we be safeguarding adults? Or should we be safeguarding, protecting, equipping black children?